Hello, hello. So today I'm going to talk to you about the single keyword domain strategy. It's one of the best SEO strategies we've come across. It does get results. It takes time. I'm going to explain to you what it is, how to do it, some key takeaways or lessons learned from us doing this over the last 5 years. So I'm going to have 10 points there for you. I'm going to then show you 4 real world examples. So let's go. So what is it? This isn't really a new strategy, but it's something that we are branding or calling the single keyword domain strategy. And we've been doing this for ourselves and for clients over the last 5 to 8 years. What is it? It's when you pick a specific keyword, for example, landscaper marketing or Squamish landscaping or bridge building, Vancouver. Depending on what your industry is, what keyword you want to rank for, you just build a domain which has these keywords in the title. Okay. But there's some key things that you have to do well. And I'm going to talk about that now. Is this right for you? It does take time, but it does reap rewards. So it can bring in organic leads and it can help you dominate an industry or a certain keyword over time. Google says you don't need the keywords in the domain, but if you do it right, I think you get the better results from having a single keyword domain. And it works because Google is all interested in lots of things. Yeah, there's 200 factors that affect the ranking algorithms. However, if you are able to get people to click through to your website easier, which if it has the keywords in the domain, it's going to happen. If the content's good, so that's a key thing as well. When you build these, you can't just build any old crap. It's got to be something worth reading and set up right. Then people are going to feel more that it's made for them. It builds relevance, builds trust, and it improves click-through rates. Okay, so before I get into examples to show how this might work for you in your industry and what you have to do to make it work, I'm going to give you 10 lessons learned. Number one, it's not for every business. So it takes time. It means you have to look after more websites. You could have 4 more websites to look after. You could have 10 more websites. It depends how much you want to push the boat with this strategy. And so you need typically an agency like ourselves to look after these websites. Yeah. And you don't just set and forget them. You need to go back and update them and make sure they reflect you and what the work you're doing, how you position yourself. It can work for B2B and B2C. It really depends on the situation. And 3 out of the 4 examples I'm going to give you are for B2B. So this is really interesting when you're going after B2B clients. It's less effective in hyper competitive markets. So if you're competing with Wikipedia or Home Depot, depending on your industry and what keywords you're going for, you might get pushed down. It might be impossible to get on that top page, but the trick is to pick the right keyword and go after it before you start building all the content for it. You can do this on any keyword that you think is useful to your business. So I'll give the example before, a place called Squamish. If you want to rank for the landscaping net, this is what our client, Great Canadian Landscaping, wanted to do. We created a 1-page clone of their homepage with Squamish specific tweaks, and it's now ranking number 2, and it's just a single page. I'll show you that in a bit. Number 5, our best practice for you is to keep the branding consistent. So don't completely use new colors or new logos. You want it to match your main parent website. The reason why is to give users assurance that you're not just some rogue website. You want to actually have all the authority, all the years of work, all the testimonials that your main company has, and then push this out like a satellite site. We used to call this a satellite domain strategy. I think it's more accurate to call it single keyword domain strategy. Okay, on the list, number 6, build links back to your main website. This can help your SEO of your main website. And also it means you don't have to build all the same content on every website that you push out. For example, you could have links about your team on your other website that come from your satellite website or the new landing page that you've built. It should always open in a new tab so that you don't kick people off the website that you've just built, but you don't have to build all the same content again. So times 10 if you've got 10 of these. Number 7, customization is key. So don't just clone content. You want to customize it. So add photos from a specific area if you're going after a location. If it's a different service you do, add photos to do with that. Make sure you've got image SEO on that. So you've got to customize this content rather than just have a template and then you just replicate it over and over again. Number 8, this is important. Patience is required. It takes typically years for really the results to come into fruition. It can take 6 to 18 months for these to rank. SEO is a mid to long term play. That's why we always say a blended approach is good for a business where you're running ads as well. So those can give you better short term bang for your buck. Number 9, track your rankings. Revisit the site when it needs updating. Adjust CTAs if you need to. Keep it fresh. Like a garden, needs tending. And the final one, number 10, is important. Doesn't always work. So in some cases, the environment is too competitive to rank on the top page, or maybe you're on the top page, but you can't quite break top 3. In this case, you might need to build out the website from a web page or a landing page to something more, a full website. Or you might need to do SEO on it. You might need to build links back to it. You might need to have a blog on it. There's all sorts of things that you can do to boost the SEO of this website. There's also another reason why this doesn't work. That's if you pick a keyword at the outset and it doesn't quite fit. For example, for Great Canadian again, we picked whistlerlandscapes.com. We were trying to rank for Whistler landscaping, but that domain was already taken. So we were in a more competitive environment, and that is ranking number 1. There's other websites out there. This Whistler Landscapes doesn't really fit the keyword, and that now currently ranks 17 for Whistler Landscaping, which has 140 searches per month, but it isn't really driving any traffic. So I think for Great Canadian, we built maybe 9 of these pages, and I think 2/3 of them have done what they should. The other 3 weren't quite on the money. It can be used across all different industries. Like I said, B2B, B2C. Construction is one that isn't mentioned here, but it works well for them. Home services, landscapers, health, private schools, all the key industries that we work with to try and help them dominate search marketing. It's effective, as we mentioned. I'm just going to talk a little bit about how you do it, what to expect. So year 1, seed, secure the domain, build out content. Year 2, water, monitor rankings, improve content, add links. And then 3, this is when you're going to be getting more consistent traffic and leads. You want to make sure that you have a form that works, that is linked up to your main CRM and your main person who is dealing with sales and gets the inquiries. You also can add call tracking to the page if you do lots of business on the phone. So set it up like you would a normal website for measurement. Okay, rather than go through this blog, I'll post a link to this blog so you can dive in on your own. I'm going to show you some real world examples on other pages. So obviously I'll start with ourselves. Why not? This is our main agency website, North Shore Digital. We operate in various industries. So landscaper marketing is another one. So we built this single keyword domain strategy. Landscaper marketing with a dash in, because without a dash wasn't available. That's fine. .ca, because we're operating mainly in Canada, helps with local SEO to have .ca. And this is a website that we built up from a landing page into now it's a fully blown functioning website with lots on it. So we do have to tend to that. We have to look after it to keep building new content, including webinars, blogs, guides, ebooks. You'll find all this on here. What's the result? Landscaper marketing, actually, there's 590 searches per month. This is now ranking number 1 across Canada. The results have been great. We get lots of organic leads without having to run ads for this. Number 2 example for us is home services marketing. So we work with lots of trades, lots of home services. And so we built this website as a place where we can promote that. And this now is ranking. So number 1 across Canada. There's 880 searches per month on average. And this is for our website where we're trying to attract plumbers, electricians, HVAC, roofers, pool maintenance, all these types of home services that we work with. And we have clients in these industries. So you can see here, people search for this. We also create specific content related to those verticals or those types of industries within home services. Okay, number 2, in terms of client examples or full examples, including ourselves, this is Great Canadian. So we built them this, it's like a clone of their main website, but it has specific Squamish content. So it has a kind of a slider here. And the result is, so for Squamish landscaping, they are number 1 here. So across Canada, they rank number 2, but depending on your location. So I'm in North Vancouver, obviously, and it's showing them up as number 1. West Vancouver landscaping. So this one, we use a static hero image. It's a similar type of deal. It has some more image SEO, things like that set up for West Vancouver. And let's go here for the ranking. West Vancouver landscaping, they're number 1 here for that. So this works really well. What about for construction or a different industry? So the first example was more B2B. Second example, B2C. This is B2B. And so marine construction is one of the services that West Shore Constructors does. They're involved in big projects. People aren't really searching for them online, but this is a way to get more awareness and more authority when they have a proposal, when they are looking to get approved for some kind of new project. So people will find them. And it's early days with this. We built 4 different pages for this, but you can see here it's having an effect on their main site. So when you type Marine Construction Vancouver, you can see their marine construction page is showing up for West Shore. This new page will compete with that, but it also can give it some strength because all of this site, when you get to the bottom, let's get to the bottom, it links back to the main website and the locations. So this will all give a boost to their online presence. Now, the 4th example is a friend of mine. It's not really fitting in any of the industries that we help, but he is a keynote speaker. His name is Nicholas Badminton. He didn't just build the content and then let it grow and wait, like in all the 3 other examples. He actually bought a single keyword domain, which was dominating the industry. And he is a futurist. He's a futurist speaker. This was a very smart move. He bought futurist.com and he's turned it into not just an informational website, but something that represents him. And so people can book him as well. But he has kept up all the kind of information and resources on this website as well. But the homepage is a lot about Nicholas and booking him and why you should do that. But here you can see his executive insights. So he has lots of articles all about future trends and what he speaks about. So this has worked really well. And you can see here, it dominates. Look at Futurist in the US has 14,800 average monthly searches. And the Futurist, you're always going to be below an AI overview, which is provided by Google. And then Wikipedia is always going to beat you on SEO. But what comes first after that? Futurist.com. So you can see this in action and how powerful it is. Okay, I've talked too much. I'm going to leave you with that. If you have any questions, let me know. I think it's a really powerful SEO strategy. It takes time, but it's a good one.